Please confirm, guys, whether you can able to see the screen or not.
Yes, sir, it is visible, sir.
No. Thank you. Can anyone summarize? So, what are the commands we have discussed in our last session? Have you all practiced that?
Yes, sir. Last class we have discussed how can we see all the users, how can we see all the groups, and how can we add a user by using command user add file name, and how can we add a group by using command group add, and if you want to check out all the users, we have to use cat space backslash etc slash passwt command. And in the same way, if we want to add one group to the user, we have to use a command g uh, passwd hyphen a file name and group name.
Mhm.
In the same way, if we want to add many users to a group, we have to use command gpasswd hyphen m, uh, like many users and group name. And we have discussed soft links, shortcuts, I mean shortcuts of that file by using command ln hyphen s file name 1.
Okay.
That's it, sir. We have discussed till here.
Okay. Thanks, man. So, we have discussed in an overall, so how to create users and how to add different users to different groups. Okay. So, that's what we have discussed. And also, we have discussed how to create a soft link. What is the use of the soft link? How can we edit the actual file from wherever we are by creating the soft link? So, these things we have discussed. Okay. Today, we'll discuss few more commands like what is tar, what is zipping, what is unzip. So, these things we'll discuss in today. Okay. Is it a zip folder or file, guys?
Zip folder, sir.
Okay. Okay. Actually, zip is not a folder. Zip is a file. We cannot attach any
Okay.
folder to any emails, right? When we attach
Okay.
any folder to an email, so it will be called as a zip folder, but actually it's not a folder. It's a file only. Okay. So how will we zip different files to a single file? By selecting them and by using some zip compressor or something like that. We'll use those commands. I mean, we'll use those folders. We'll zip together and we'll send it or we'll attach to the email so that we can able to send that content through email. If we do not zip them, so we don't have an option to choose multiple files in a single go. We have to attach them one after other to the emails. Correct?
Correct, sir.
Yeah. So now, how can we zip different folders in Linux? Okay, that we will discuss. Okay, so here the zipping takes place with two steps. One is tar and the second one is zip. Okay, so here tar in the sense like, so different files are there in different places. First we'll get those all files together, yes or no? Let's say you want to pack a fruit bowl. First of all, what you will do, you will gather all the fruits wherever they are. Okay, then you will pack with a cover. You will compress with a cover. That is the second step, yes or no? So gathering all the fruits to one place is called as tar. That step is called as TAR. Okay, so here here one file is there, here one file is there, here one file is there. Okay, so there are different files are there. If you place all these files like this together, then this is called a tar. This step is called as tar in Linux. So if you compress all these files, then it is called as a zipping. Okay, this compressing all the files together is called as zipping. So here it takes place in two steps. Okay, first what we have to do is, so let's say this is directory X. Okay, first we have to create a tar file. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to create a tar file, directory x.tar. Okay, this is the first step. What is the next step, guys? Next, what we have to do, we have to create directory x dot, sorry, directory x dot tar dot. We have to zip this. Here we do not call zip, zip. Here we call it as zz. Zz stands for zipping. Okay, so first, if you want to zip any file or any folder, or if you want to type multiple files and folders to zip one, what you have to do is you have to first tar that and then zip that file. Okay, similarly, now this file is there. You want to extract the actual content from this file. In that case, what you will do? First, you have to remove this part, zip part you have to remove. So here we are making this start to zip. This is called zipping. So we have to remove this zip, then we have to remove this star so that you can able to see the files from the directory. So you have to unzip, then you have to untar. Okay, that is the next step. From here, so from here to okay, so okay, yeah. So here this is the process of zipping. So this is the process of unzipping. You will be having directory x dot tar dot dz. This you have. First, you have to remove this ZZ part. So here, after removing the ZZ part, what you will get? You will get only tar file, directory x.tar. So after that, you have to remove the tar part so that you will get directory x. This is the reverse process. This is zipping and this is unzipping. Here, in Windows, we will perform only one step, but here we have to perform two steps here. Okay. Now we'll see how can we do this. Let me connect to the instance. My laptop is slow, guys, so come on. In the meantime, we can discuss one more command, guys. So how did we install the web package, guys? Hello, how did we install the web package in our Linux machine?
Yum install httpd.
Okay, yum install. So if you want to install something, you have to download some. If you want to install one app in your mobile, so how can we do that? First of all, we have to download that app, then only we can install that. Yes or no? If the app is not present in your laptop, in your mobile, so can you able to install that application? No, obviously no, right? First of all, the app has to be present. But before updating that, here we'll try to zip this folder directory X. Okay, so in the this directory is X, so subdirectory is available directory Y, and under subdirectory there is one more directory, directory A. So like this, there are different files and folders are available in this directory X. Now we'll try to apply our tar and zip commands on this one. Okay. Yeah. The command is tar space -cvf. Okay, C means creating, V means verbose, and F for force. Okay, next directory X dot tar. The destination name you have to give. Here you have to give the source name. What you want to zip directory X. You will see what are the files and folders that are getting tarred with the help of this command. Directory X, under X directory Y is there, directory Y, directory Z is also there. In directory Z there is one more file called A. So these are the list of files and folders that are grouped together to make them a zip file. That is the meaning of this. Did you get it, guys? Have you seen all these file names with the complete fully file name? So this is file 1. Where this file 1 is available? In directory X, there is one more folder called directory Y, and in directory Y, the file 1 is available. You can see that here. See, where it directory X and directory Y and file 1. This one is also zipped. This is how you can see the tar. Okay. Now let's type ls and see whether directory X.tar is created or not. ls. Did you see this? Directory X is there. Along with directory X, this directory X.tar is also there. Okay, now we have to create the zip. For that, what is the command? So gzip space the tar file name. What is the tar file name? Directory X.tar. Okay, gzip space directory X. Now let's type ls and see. Did you see directory X.tar or directory X.tar.gz? Earlier only tar file is there. Now we have directory X.tar.gz. The tar file is zipped now. Okay, so that is the reason you are not able to see only you are not able to see this tar file. This tar file is now converted to zip file. So that is the reason you can able to see this now. See, this one is there. Okay, and this one is also there. In directory X.tar, this is it. What you will have? You will have all the files and folders, whatever are there in directory X. Now you want to extract these files from this zip file. What is the first step? While zipping, first we have used the tar command, then we have used the zip command. Now we have to use first unzip, then we have to untar. For unzipping the command, for zipping the command, what is the command? Gzip. Okay. Next, for unzipping the command, GUNZIP. How to pronounce this, guys? Unzip. Hello, are you there, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, yeah, sorry guys, a lot of disturbance is coming. So yeah. So first we have used the tar command, then we have used the zip command. Now we want to unzip those things. So what is the command first we have to use? GUN zip. How to pronounce this? Is this gun zip? No, it's not gun zip. We have to call it as Z unzip. Okay, Z unzip and the zip file name. What is the file name we want to unzip? So here directory X.tar.tz. Now type this. Now type ls and see whether are we still having this gz file or is it changed to .tar only. See, earlier it was darx.tar.gz. Zip file was there. Now we have unzipped that. So the zip part is over and we have only tar file. Now we have to remove the tar part as well. We have to use the command called untar. So is there any command called with untar? So zip, gzip, z unzip. Now earlier we used tar. Now shall we use untar? Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but there is no command called untar. Okay, so for tar command we have used some attributes -cef. C stands for create. Instead of create we have to give extract. Okay, tar space -xvf space dar x dot par. Did we get the files now? Now let me type ls. Are we able to see the files or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is how we can zip and we can unzip the files and folders. Okay. Yeah, we were discussing something about how to. So whenever we want to install something, we have to download that first. If it is available only in our machine, then only we can able to install that particular software. So, but whenever we launched this instance, without downloading anything, we have directly used yum install httpd. Okay, yum install httpd. I directly typed this command. So as this is already installed, now let me type yum uninstall httpd. No such command. What is the command for uninstalling, guys? Yum remove httpd. Okay, so for the removing purpose, now I removed it. Okay, so now I want to install the httpd package. Okay, what is the command? Yum space install httpd. Now it is installed. So without downloading it, I am able to install this package. Why? So whenever we purchase some mobile, something like that, so by default, some apps will be present in the mobile. Yes or no? If you are using OnePlus mobile, by default, some apps will be there. You are not downloaded from Play Store, but by default, whenever you switch on the mobile, those pre-installed apps will be available in your mobile. Yes or no? In the same way, whenever you choose some Linux install, so as per their community, they will be having some packages by default in their machine. Okay, we no need to download them from the Google or somewhere else. Okay, so by default, those packages will be ready for installation. By default, they will provide those files. HTTPD is one of those files, so we can happily install them. Similarly, you want to download something and you want to install. How can we do that? Let's say I want to install Git in my Linux machine. So what is the command we have to use? Yum install Git. Okay, Git is also there. So that is the reason we can able to install now. Let me type Jenkins. We are going to use Jenkins in our future classes. Yum install Jenkins. No package Jenkins available. So here it is not available. So what I have to do, guys, now? Come on, guys, what should we do now? We have to download this first and then we have to install. Yes or no? Why so dull, guys, today? If something is not there but we want to install our machine, what is the process we follow? We will search somewhere and we'll get that application and we'll download it and then we'll install it. So here the command is wget. Wget is used to download and install. So what it will do, it will download that content and it will install. So let's say I want to install Jenkins. You have to provide the link from where we have to download that. Jenkins download. Okay, go for here. So here you will get the link. So here from we have to select our Linux machine here. CentOS folder. Okay, yeah. So here, if you see here, Jenkins Red Hat packages. So after clicking and download option there, you have seen this wget sudo means it gives you the permissions to download. So if you log in as a normal user, do you have all the permissions to do whatever the operations you want to perform? No, right? So don't get confused, guys. Okay, here if I want to download something, what I will do? Jenkins download. This I will type. Okay. If it is for Windows, what will happen? A package will get installed. Yes or no? Jenkins for Windows. See here, you have to type Windows. See, did you see this? Jenkins.msi is getting installed with 92.4 MB. Okay. So a package will, a MSI installer will be installed. You have to open that and you have to find the .exe file. You have to click and then you have to click on next so that this will get installed on your Linux Windows machine. But here we are going to get it for Linux machine. So that is the reason. So here these many Linux versions are there. Here Docker is there, Ubuntu Debian, CentOS, Windows, OpenSUSE, Arch Linux. These are the different flavors of operating system. What is our Red Hat family? Okay, so that is the reason I have chosen this. So here you will be getting the list of commands that you need to execute in order to install your Jenkins software. So here sudo wget. Wget is the command which will be used to get it from the internet. Okay, we have to execute this command. Here sudo stands for giving the permissions to download this, guys. See, it is connected and saving to this one. This is downloaded and it is saved to etc/m.repos.this one repo. This is where it's saved. Okay, this file is saved at where? in m.repos.d jenkins.repo. This is where it is saved. Now, if you want to install this, here only they will give you the commands. If you previously inputted, see here, yum install Jenkins. Yum install Jenkins. Earlier, when I typed this yum install Jenkins, I got some error by saying the package is not present. Now, am I able to get any errors? Any messages? No, right?
No, sir.
Because I have downloaded it and then I installed it. There is no rocket science here. First, if you want to install something as part of your operating system, what kind of operating system you are using? In Linux also, there are a number of flavors are there. So whatever the flavor you are going for, by default, that community will be having some packages in your machine ready to install. Hey, these are the most recent ones. I mean, most frequently used packages. You no need to download it from anywhere. You can directly use it. You can directly install it whenever you want. So that is the reason I am keeping these files only, so that those files will be available. If you want to install them, you can directly execute yum install that file name, whatever the package name you want to install. There are some softwares you want to use. Those are available in the internet. So you have to download it and you have to install it. For the download it, the command is wget and the URL name. This is nothing but your URL only. Okay. And after that, the name. Here in order to install Jenkins, we also need to install Java 11 OpenJDK. This also needs to be installed in order to, if you want this to work properly. Okay, so we have downloaded with the help of this command. Wget is the command which will be used to download the particular software from the internet. And this is the, you all know that yum install will be used to install any particular package. This is how we can use with the help of wget, whatever the software you want to install. Is this clear?
Clear, sir.
Okay. And we'll discuss some more part, guys. So please observe carefully. Please listen carefully. This might be a little bit confusing one. ls-l. Okay. So here, see. Here, the first letter will show you is a directory or not. If it is D, that means this is a directory. If it is not other than D, it is not a directory. That is the meaning of the first one. After that, you will be seeing three set of permissions. Here, RWX. This is three places. The first place they are giving R means that permission is there. W means W permission is there. That is three sets, three spaces. Hyphen. That means first one is used for, if it is having read permissions, they will say R. Second one is used for saying whether it is having write permission or not. Third one is giving for execute permission or not. So here RWX, this is one set. Here also, after RWX, this is the first set. Okay. After that, again you have R-X. Able to see, I have highlighted that, guys. R-X. That means read and there is no write permission and execution permission. And the third one is also R-X. Okay. Here, these three sets are used to show what kind of permissions each user is having. Got my point? Here we are seeing root and root. Yes or no? Two roots we are seeing. Here the first one is showing root user. What is the user? Which user created this file? That is the meaning of this. This is the group. First one is the user. Second one is the group. Okay. This root belongs to root user. As I have already said that whenever you create any user, by default with the same name, a group will also get created. Did we discuss this or not? Yesterday I have created a user with the name Hari. By default, a group will also created or not with the same name, Hari? Guys, are you following or not? Hello? Hello guys, are you able to follow me or not?
Following, sir.
Okay. So
Yes,
here,
sir.
whenever you create any user, by default, with the same name, same username, a group will also be created. This is already we have discussed. Okay. In the same way here, for every file, there will be 3 set of permissions. The permissions are same permissions only, read, write, execution. Okay. Every user can have any one of these permissions. I am the root user and I have created the file. So what kind of permissions I will be having? I will be having read permission. I will be having write permission. I will be having execute permission also. I will be having 3 permissions. Let's say we'll take this in this way. I have a YouTube channel. So forget about YouTube channel. I have a post. Everybody will be, please be respond guys. Everyone using the Facebook, right? Okay. Everyone will be using the Facebook. So I am also using the Facebook. In my account, I have posted one photo. Okay. What kind of permissions I will be having on that photo? I can see that photo. Seeing is nothing but reading purpose. I can have read permission. If I want, I can modify that photo also. That is the second thing. That means write permissions also I have. Execute permissions. Execution permissions in the sense if it is a .exe files, we can execute that. If you want to install something, we have a folder. In that folder, we have created one file. If it is a file, we can open and see. If it is a .exe file, we can execute that. We cannot see the content inside the .exe file. But what we can do, we can execute that file. Okay. In case of Facebook, okay, execution permissions will, if that is executable file, that permission also I have. Because I am the one who posted that image, who posted that photo, I will be having read, write, and execution, all the permissions. That is the first set. Read, write, and execution permissions. Now, okay, now come to the second part. My friends list, who are part of my group. If I am group, I have created one group, and everybody will be part of that group. Okay, what kind of permissions that people will be having? Come on, guys, please respond. Are you following or not? First of all, everybody will be silent. If I am the user, I have created a post in the Facebook, I will be having all the permissions, read, write, and execute all the permissions. And you all are my friends group. Okay, I posted something in the Facebook. And what all you can have? You can have only see
Only
that
read
photo.
permission.
Only read purpose.
Can you able to change my photo without my permission?
No.
No.
No, sir.
I can, as that is my account and that is my photo, I will be having all the permissions because I am the super user for my account. And you all are in my friends list. What kind of permissions you will be having? You can only see that photo. Yes or no? So that means you will not be having all the permissions. What kind of permissions you will be having? If you want to know that information, the second set will be giving you the friends list permissions. First one is the super user permissions. What kind of permissions the super user is having? Second permissions are nothing but the people here. Here you can see root. Root is the user. That means Vinay is the user. Okay, Vinay. This is Vinay. Vinay belongs to this group, Vinay group. Whoever is there in Vinay's group, all those people will be having only read and no writing and execution. Only these two permissions they have. They will not have the write permission. This second set will be giving us the information about what kind of permissions are given to the people who are in the group root. Okay. And what is the meaning of this third set? The third set is having read and execution permissions. This is nothing but other than people who are not in my friends list. Everyone can able to see your name in the Facebook or not. If they simply type your proper name, proper handle name, they can able to see your profile photo even you have logged. Yes or no? Of course, you can hide your information other than your friends also. That is the different story. But even though they are not your friends, still they can able to see your photo or not somehow.
Yes, sir.
You can made it public also, right? Some photos you want to only share it with your friends. Some photos you only want to share with you only. Some photos you want to share it with the public, so that whoever is having Facebook account, they can able to see your photo. That is nothing but other than your friends. Here you can see three kind of users. One is the super user, and second one is the group, whoever is belongs to that group, and the third one is all other users. Here this is the meaning of this one. Read the first set is showing what kind of permissions are the user is having. Second set is having the group of people, what kind of permissions that group is having. The third set is what others are having. If I log in as a super user, I can do whatever I want to on this one. If I log in as a user as Hari belongs to this root folder. If I have Hari can only see that file and execute that file. And other than Hari and other than root user, I have logged with some other username. Then I can only see this file and execute file. If you want to change these files, that also can be done. Okay, now we'll see that how can we change that. Here, guys, 1, 2, 3 is the user. So 1, 2, where is the yeah. So we'll see this testx is a file. Okay. For this testx file, root user will be having all the permissions by default. Whether you will see RWX or not, that doesn't make sense. If it's a root user, that root user will be having the complete permissions. Just root user is nothing but an administrator. Administrator is the one who will be having the complete access. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
the second set is for where this administrator belongs to this group. This administrator here in this case we logged in as a root user, guys. That is the reason you are able to see this as a root only. But if you log in as a different user, what you can see? You will see something else, right? Instead of root, you will see Hari. If you logged in as a Hari, you will see this as a Hari only. If Hari creates the file, it will show you as a Hari. Here as a root user, we have created this file. We are seeing root only. Here, root user will be having these permissions, RWX permissions, and all the users who belongs to this root group will be having read permission only. Yes or no? What is the second set meaning? All the users who belongs to this group will be having only read permission. Now I want to give that users write permission also. Can we do that or not?
Yes, sir, we can do that.
How can we do that? Here, guys, that can be done in several ways, but one of the most famous and most easiest way is if a user is having read permission. Okay, if the user is having root permission, that means we'll denote that with a number called 4. If user is having a read permissions means his count is 4. If reader is having, if the user is having write permission, that means we'll give him a number as 2. Okay. If a user is having only execution permission, that means he will having only 1. Okay. Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
We are denoting their
Yes, sir.
permissions with the numbers. Let's say you are having a purse, guys. In your purse, you will be having only 3 set of denominations. Okay. That is nothing but 1 rupee, 5 rupee, and 10 rupee. Okay. If I say like, if you want to know what kind of coins, how many number of coins, here each coins different, each coin represents a permission. One is one, if you are having only 1 rupee coin means you are having only execution permission. If you are having only 5 rupees coin means let's say you are having
Reading
1 rupee, 5
execution.
rupees and 10 rupees, guys. So let's say Amulya said, I have total 16 rupees. That means how many coins she has, guys? There are only 3 denominations, either 1 rupee, 5 rupee or 10 rupees. And Amulya said, Vinay, I have 16 rupees. That means how many coins she has? What are the possible ways?
She has all the coins, it means.
She has all the coins. That means she has one 1 rupee coin, she has one 5 rupee coin, and she has one 10 rupee coin. Then only if you sum all these 10 plus 5 plus 1, 16 rupees she has. Yes or
Yeah,
no? And
yes,
Amulya
sir.
said, and she can have only 3 coins, guys. Not okay, Vinay. She can have 16 1 rupee coins. Then also it is possible now. No, that is not possible. She has a space for storing only 3 coins. Either she can store all the 5 rupees coins, or either she can store all the 2 rupees coins, either I can store all the 3 coins. Okay, if she says Vinaya has 16, my points are 16, what does it mean? She has one 10 rupee, she has one 5 rupee, and she has one 1 rupee. Yes or no? And she said Vinaya have only 6 coins. What does it mean? She has one 1 rupee and she has one 5 rupee. She don't have 10 rupee coin. That means she has only write and execution. She don't have read permission. Okay. If I say one user is having only the permissions 6. Okay. Here, this is the root user, right? I am saying this root user's permissions are 6. What does it mean? What kind of permissions he has? If I give root user is having permission of 6. And he
Reading and writing.
reading and writing, correct. Why? If I sum this 4 plus 2, then only it becomes 6. 4 plus 2 means he is having 4 permission and 2 permission. That means he is having read permission and write permission. If I say that group is having permission of 3, what does it mean? What kind of permissions that group is having now?
Writing and execution.
Yes, correct. Writing and execution. If I sum this 2 plus 1, then only it becomes 3. If the group is having, if I am saying, if I am passing my statement as so and so group is having permission of 3, what does it mean? Okay, all the users who belongs to that group will be having the permissions of writing and execution. And I am saying so and so group is having only the permission of 2. What does it mean?
Writing.
Only writing.
Only writing they are having. And so and so group is having only permission of 5. That means they are having
Reading and
Reading and
execution.
read
executing.
and execution. This is how we can represent what kind of permissions each group is having or each user is having. Okay. Now everybody understood how these numbers are linked to the permissions.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's take about this. Here read. Here root user what permissions are? This is root group, right? This group is having. See here RW hyphen. After this, what is the second set? I am talking about this test X, guys. Okay. R hyphen hyphen. What is the next, guys? R hyphen hyphen. Okay. This is the test X. Now I want to change these permissions. Here, root is having this RW, these permissions. Okay. The group of people where that root user is belongs to, that group of people is having these permissions. Okay. And other people other than root and other than group of people, remaining all people are having this access. Now I want to change this to different one. Okay. Here we'll represent these numbers. What the user is having, guys? 4 plus 2, 6. Yes or no? What the group is having, guys?
Reading and writing.
I mean, only, no,
Only 4.
only 4. This is the group. 4 plus 2, 6. 6 plus 2, 12. 12 plus 2, 16. 16 plus 2, 24. 24 plus 2, 28. 28 plus 2, 32. 32 plus 2, 34. 34 plus 2, 36. 36 plus 2, 38. 38 plus 2, 39. 39 plus 2, 40. 40 plus 2, 50. 50 plus 2, 60. 60 plus 2, 70. 70 plus 2, 80. 80 plus 2, 90. 90 plus 2, 100. 100 plus 2, 200. 200 plus 2, 300. 300 plus 2, 400. 400 plus 2, 500. 500 plus 2, 600. 600 plus 2, 700. 700 plus 2, 800. 800 plus 2, 900. 900 plus 2, 1000. 1000 plus 2, 2000. 2000 plus 2, 3000. 3000 plus 2, 40,000. 40,000 plus 2, 50,000. 50,000 plus See, forget about this X. As we are logged in as a X will be having, as we logged in as a root user, even though your X is there or not, by default, they will be having all the permissions. Okay. Yeah. So here, this is the group of people. What this group is having now?
Only
Only four.
reading.
Only four.
Yeah.
Yes or no? What the others are having? Only four.
4.
Okay. Yeah. So now we can say that test x6 is having permissions of this. You will simply lay like test x is a file and that is having a permissions of 644. That means root user is having permission 6. That means only read and write. And a group of people are having permission of 4. That means only read permission. Other people are having permission of 4. That means only read. Instead of giving all these 3 parameters, we can simply give the 644 or 744 or 645. That means let's say somebody is saying test y is a file, okay, and this test file is having permissions of 754. What does it mean, guys? I am saying a statement. Test 5 is a file and the permissions of test 5 are 754. That is what they said. That means this 7 is indicated to know the information about the permissions of the root user. This 5 is giving the information about the permissions which are related to group of people. This 4 is giving the permission details about other users. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now try to extract this in terms of RWX. What is the root user is having? 7. That means read write execution. RWX is having. Next, 5 means this 5 is for group of people. What are those permissions he is having?
R
Read,
and X
no,
execution.
write, and X. Yes or no? And what are the other people are having? They are only having read permission. Read hyphen.
Read only.
Instead of mentioning this one, this complete RWX to R-X and R-, we can simply say 754. Everybody understood this? This is one of the confusing topics, but if you understand, this is very easy. Instead of mentioning all these 9 parameters, I will only simply say this 754, 641, like that only I can mention. Everybody got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now,
Sir.
here, I want to change the permissions. What this test X is having now? Test X is having 644. If it is 644, you can see this. Yes or no? If it is 744, you have to see this one, right?
Yes, sir.
If it is, as of now, we are seeing this one. So if we convert this into numeric values, we will see this one, 644. Now we are changing this, the group of people we want to give this extra operation also. So then we can give 754. Yes or no? If 754 is given, you will see this code is like this. Yes or no? If it is 644, you will see the permissions as look like this. If the permissions are like this, you will see 754. Now I will change these permissions. The command is change. Oh, I want to change the permissions here hyphen RW, and here I want to give X permission for the group of users. So chmod change mode. Okay. and what file test.txt and what permissions you are want to give. Earlier it was 644. Now I want to change the permissions to 754. One second. Change mode 754. The file. Yeah. Now type ls hyphen here. Now see. Earlier it was hyphen rw, x permission was not there. Now I have given x also, rwx. Rx. Earlier it was R only. Now I have given X also. Why this X has given? Earlier it was 644. Now I have given one more permission, X permission also. That is there is 754 I have given. So can you able to see the execution permission here now, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why? I have given extra permission added here. So that is the reason you can able to see. You want to give extra permission to the last users. Earlier it was R hyphen hyphen only, other users. You want to give extra permissions also. Change mode. What permissions for the first one? 7. What are the permissions are there? 7. You have to give 7. Here, what is the permissions? R hyphen X. What is the value? 4 plus 1, 5. Here you have to give all the permissions. So all the permissions means you have to give the number
7.
7. You able to see this now? For any group or any user or any other people, if you want to give a permission as 7 by giving ch mode, then all the permissions will be given. You don't need to give the R, W, X permission. You don't need to mention explicitly. Okay, you can simply give the number. If you append 7, all the permissions will be given. If you give 5, 4 plus 1 will be given. If you give 2, only 2 permissions will be given. Like this, you can change the permissions. Everybody got it or any questions?
Sir, can we revoke the changes?
Yeah, you can revoke the changes also. Revoking the changes is nothing but it's a change only, right?
Yeah.
So see, it's simple only. Change mode 751. Okay, I'm backing. I'm only giving execution permission. I'm giving, if you want to give only 754. 754 means only reading permission you are giving for other users. See, only you will be having read permission now. Here revoking is nothing but whatever the permissions you want to give, you can give. You have given all the permissions. Now what you have to do? You have to remove the permissions. That's it. Removing the permissions is also nothing but changing the permissions, right? For that also we have to use the same command, change mode.
Okay, this only the user, the root can do, sir. Other people cannot do, right?
No,
This
other
one?
people cannot do that.
Okay.
Whoever created the file, they can make the changes on that file.
Okay.
Now you are the user, you created one file and you log in as the same user. Okay.
Okay.
Then you
Okay.
can decide, right, who can be having the access.
Okay, sir.
It is very simple. Administrator user is there, different user is there. If I log in as an administrator, I will be having all the files and I can decide what others can have. Here, every user will come this third category. Okay.
Okay,
If I
sir.
log in as a other than administrator user, then I will be as a this user, last user. I am not an administrator. I belong to no group. I log in as a some other user. Only what kind of permissions I will have, I can only see that file. That's it. I
Okay, sir.
log in as a read only permission. How can I change the permissions of that file? I don't have that access, right?
Yes, sir.
Somebody has created the file and they have given me the access to only see that file. If you want to see, you can see that file. That's it. How can I change the actions of that file? I don't have that permission, right? You create one file as a user, then you can decide who can see your file and who are not supposed to see your file. How? By giving the access like this.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay, practice this and tomorrow we'll start the new topic, okay?
Okay, sir.
Everybody got this concept, guys? I tried my best to explain. See here, like this, we can change the group, guys. Here earlier, only root. Here you can able to see the root. Now, Hari is one group we have created yesterday. So I have changed this group. Okay, this change Hari group. Whoever belongs to this Hari's group, they can be having only read and execution operations only. The command is change group. Change group, Hari and the file name. So here, can you able to see Hari group now? Earlier it was root group. By default, it is root group. Now I change it from root group to Hari group. All the users who are there in Hari's group, they can only have the access of read and execute. Read and execute in the sense they can read the file and they can execute the file, but they are not supposed to make any changes. Okay. See, here the owner of this file was root user. Now I changed the owner to Hari. Now Hari is the owner of this file. Okay. Now Hari can make the change permissions for this test file. Is this clear now?
Clear, sir.
Okay. So here ch is the command which will be used to change the permissions of the file. Chmod is used to change the file permissions. Chgroup will be used to switch the group to which belongs to which group the file may belongs to. That we can do with the help of change group. And also if you want to change the owner of that file, then also you can use the command called change owner. Who can execute this change owner? Now I am the root user and I have created the file so that I can execute the file. I can execute this change owner command and test file because I am the one, I will be having the permissions. Now who can execute the file? Now some Vinay is logged in as a Vinay. Can Vinay execute this change owner command on this file testx?
No.
No, because Vinay is not the root user. Only owner of the whoever created the file, that person is called as the owner. That person can execute that command and the super user can execute the command. Okay, administrator can do whatever the work he wants. He is having the highest authority. He can see all the files for all the users. One file is there. Who can able to see that file, guys? Two people can see that file. One is whoever created that file, because he is the owner of that file. He can see that file content. Another person also can able to see that content. Who is the another person? Administrator. Administrator is the super boss. He can able to see that file. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
See, simple, guys. You are using your mobile number. Okay. Who can able to see your call data, guys? You can see your call data. Yes or no? Because you are the user, you can see to whom you call, how much time you talk, all this information, you can see that. One more person also can see all this data. Who is that? The company person. The customer care person can able to see your data or not?
Sir. Yes, sir.
He can see all your information. Why? He is the boss. He is having all the username and the password related things that are required to see your content. So he can see all your information and also you can see your information, not the others. In the same way, for any file, whoever created that file, they can able to change the access. They can able to change the permissions of that file. That is the boss. Super boss will be there. He can change for all the permissions for all the files. That is nothing but a root user. Okay. Now here Hari is there. I logged in as a root user, right? Now I will try to change this. Okay. Change owner. Hari. Currently it is Hari. Now I want to change this to Vikram. Am I able to change the permissions of this file, guys? To Hari to Vikram? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Why am I able to make this change? Because I am joined as a root user and I have executed the command of what command I have executed? Sudo su hyphen. That means I will be having the complete access. Let me try without executing the sudo su command. Log out. PWD home user. ls hyphen l. Okay. What is the? This is the test, right? This test file. Let me try this for test. Test is one file, na? Root user is created and the root user test. Change. What command we have been changing ownership of test operation not permitted. Why? Because I am not having the permissions as a super user. Yes or no?
Sir.
Now give permission sudo su hyphen. Now we have the permissions. Change owner Vikram test. Earlier also I have to change owner Vikram test. No such file or directory. Currently we are at where we are now. In the EC2 user, that file is there, right? ls hyphen l. Here test file is not there. Test file is not there. Yes or no? We have to change the directory. cd slash hash home slash EC2 user. Switch to that. Okay. pwd ls. Is test file there or not? Yes, test file is there. Now execute this. CHOWN BAKRAM. Okay, before that, type ls hyphen l. ls. Okay. Test is the file. Where is the test? Test is the file. Root is the user. Now change this. CHOWN. Change owner. Vikram. Changed or not? Now I logged in as a super user, so I can change the permissions of everything. But if I only log in as a EC2 user, can I make those changes? No. Now is this clear?
Clear, sir.
Any doubts? Just we discussed about how to change the file permissions. If a user is having read, write, execution permissions, we no need to say the user is having read permission, write permission, execution permission. We can simply say the user is having permission of 7. That means he is having all the permissions. And the group is having 4 permissions. That means only read permission. And others are having permission of 5. That means read and execute. Only these 2 permissions are having. Instead of saying that content in 9 parameters, these are the 9 parameters, right? Yes or no? First 3 parameters are used for user, second 3 parameters are used for group, and third 3 parameters are used for other users. Instead of using 9 permissions, we can simply use 3 numbers. If a user is having 4, 5, 4 permissions, means 4 that belongs to user, 5 that belongs to group, last 4 belongs to other user. Like this, we can denote, we can mention the permissions of that file with the help of only 3 numbers. Is this clear for everyone now?